Shadowsun here. Welcome back to my channel. This video was inspired by YvonneLunaSky, Jasmyne Ambrosia, and Leann'sWitchyRoom. They are all amazing witches and amazing people who make amazing content. I highly recommend you check all of them out. Their videos will be linked below. I felt so inspired by this discussion of what has witchcraft done for you that I felt called and inspired to respond to this from my own perspective. I actually spent some time a little bit ago writing, journaling my own thoughts within my book of mirrors, in order to chronicle the moment and to chronicle what I was inspired by, additionally to understand and further cement and organize my thoughts. I came to witchcraft a little less than 10 years ago. Now it'll be 10 years in November, and I wish to explore this further in a separate video. But when I did, I found that witchcraft, and in particular paganism and Wicca, provided me a framework for which to understand a great deal of experiences, spiritual in nature, that I grew up with. I grew up with a lot of, mediumship and psychic experiences that I did not have a name to, that I could only fill in parts of the gaps. And I found that Wicca and paganism provided me a framework for which to understand gave me a lens for which to understand those experiences. Additionally, it provided me a sense of feeling like I was connected to something greater than myself. I found that I inherently was learning more about the nature around me, the cycles of the moon and sun and the earth, similar to Jasmyne Ambrosia, and similar to Leanne, talking about a relationship. I was in a very bad relationship that could have gone wrong, and at the time I wasn't aware of this, and many people in my life tried to help me understand what was going on in that time. And I learned through, and since then, through those people and through the experiences and through what I was learning through the craft, why I had to understand those experiences from their lens, but also why it was good for me to be out of that space and out of that relationship. And I found that, similar to YvonneLunaSky, not through the same experience that she went through, but just in my experience, just not having a connection to the God of Judeo-Christianity, Christianity as a whole. And not for the same reasons, but mainly because it did not sit with my soul. And, I apologize if that came out wrong. That said, I found that through learning the cycles of nature, learning the cycles of the sun and the moon, gave me a structure and a framework to understand the magical experiences and the magic that I've known a connection to since I was quite young. That said, it also provided me a way to learn magic from a whole new perspective through ceremony, but also through folk, very practical, down-to-earth practices. And I found that through these cycles, through these experiences, through these rituals, I gained a sense of empowerment, a sense of agency, voice, and sovereignty. I learned how to speak for myself in a way, being part of communities that were, that are marginalized, that are, intersecting in ways that I don't think I would have. Witchcraft gave me a confidence in which to bring forth empowerment, but also to help me understand how to help others realize their own empowerment, to remind people the connection of all things. And everyone has bad days, myself included. It helped me understand depression that I went through. It helped me understand why I'm supposed to be here. The craft gave me a purpose in ways I don't even realize, even to this day. I realized how similar to a lot of people, similar to Jasmyne and similar to Leanne and many, many others, that I would not be present in the same way. I don't think I would be in this life, in this way, you know, feeling confident, empowered, and feeling the connection and feeling the divine within and around me. I struggled with wanting to take my life at one point, you know, as I began my relationship and learning my connections with various deities, and my explorations of paganism and witchcraft. And through those connections, through learning those connections with the divine, I learned so much about my life's purpose and my meaning for being here in this life. And through witchcraft, through the practice of magic and learning how to take all the things that I've learned over the past 10 years and apply it to my life, to, you know, learn to promote my inner strengths and to promote my inner witch to flourish, I have found that I have been saved just as much as I feel that witchcraft was inherent for me. And many people will say that, you know, witchcraft is something you're born into. I do believe that there's a part of that. But I also believe that as much as I made the conscious choice to explore the craft, I also feel like I was, in some respects, meant to or destined to, or in some way, I feel like it was already been set for me. Not so much in a predestination sort of way, but I feel like through all the culminations of lifetimes that I've lived in previous lifetimes, that being witch and being a witch has given me a stepping stone, but also a path that winds and bends and shapes as life and cycles change. I have found that it has chosen me, or I have been put forth to walk this path as much as I've made that conscious decision, if you will. And even through the writing process of trying to articulate my thoughts, I found myself struggling to articulate it in such a way to put a language or words to the feelings that I wish to express, similar to how I'm trying to express in this video. And I find that ultimately witchcraft has given me such a sense of belonging, a sense of community that I thought I would never have. I've met amazing people, even if I have not met them in person. I've met people through their comments, their words, their tweets, whatever. I've met these people through their writings, their books, their blogs, your videos, all the videos that I've seen, the videos that inspired me, allowed me to remember the connection we all have within this community, and the support and acceptance that I have felt has been very overwhelming, especially coming from the perspective of someone who has a physical disability, where oftentimes I'm often in a space where either people will refuse to see me as a human, as a person. And I also find that witchcraft helped me understand my identities of that being disabled, what that means to me, reclaiming words, reclaiming things. You know, witchcraft in and of itself, being witch, the word witch, there was a point in my life where I refused to use the word witch because of the connotations. But through my exploration, I learned to reclaim it for myself and reclaim what it means for me. And I also learned about my sexuality through the practice of witchcraft, through the exploration of connecting with deity, and that polarity is beyond what people like to do, you know, with masculine, feminine, and all of that, beyond gender, the gender norms that people associate. And witchcraft has given me more than I could ever ask for, and more than I've ever thought possible. And I am grateful to myself for being there and choosing this path, but also I'm grateful for the divine and my deities for blessing me in ways I could never imagine to help me co-create my life. And I really felt inspired to share that with you. So I hope that this has helped you, and I thank you all for watching. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe and share, and please check out the videos linked below. They have inspired me, and I hope that they inspire you. And may you all be well and have a wonderful weekend. Blessed be.